Hello and welcome back to another video. This week's video is one of my sort of routine street walks that I do, where I basically go out a couple times a week and take photos just to see what's going on in, different cities around California, especially on the coast. And I was thinking to myself before I went out that day, I'm like, which camera should I grab? And I have the Sony a7C II, as you guys know. Of course, I have the Fuji X100VI too. And it's really weird, man. Like, even though I've been wanting full frame for such a long time, my Sony a7C II is full frame. I never hated on APS-C because I owned one and I've shot some of my best photos on APS-C. But even though the Fuji X100VI is not a full frame, I tend to want to grab that when I go out. Literally, if I had like $2,000 in my pocket today and I didn't have a camera, that is the camera that I would definitely go out and buy, hands down. That is the most exciting and refreshing camera for a photographer, somebody who's creative. That is the camera that is going to put you in your flow state. So that's what I did. That's the camera I took out to San Diego. The first part of the video is basically me walking around Pacific Beach like 2 hours before sunset. And then you'll see the second part around by the coast and you can see the waves and stuff. Like on a cliff that is in Ocean Beach, and it was like literally maybe 20 minutes or 30 minutes before sunset. This photo walk was just a great time going out with the Fuji, and it was a perfect opportunity to test this new filter slash lens hood thing that I got from Freewell. They sent it out to me to check it out and use it on my photo walks. So I'm gonna show you guys this a little bit later after the video. But basically it is a lens hood with like two filters built inside of it. So one is like a G-Mist, bloom filter. I think it's a 1/4 strength. And then the circular polarizer is in there as well, which you can see with this little knob right here. So there's two filters built in, pretty sick. So when you look at the photos, aside from the edits that I've done, sort of that bloom, and then maybe like some of the photos show like this extra saturation and like richness and color. That's all coming from this filter lens hood setup. Sit back and enjoy. Hope you like the photos. Aesthetics wise, this thing is super sick. It makes the camera kind of look like a Q, just, you know, with that sort of like square rounded off look. So definitely, you know, 10 out of 10 on the aesthetics. The filters, I gotta say, you know, the polarizer, it's sick when you're shooting cars. Like, I do a lot of automotive photography, shooting Porsches, BMWs and stuff like that, and one of the most annoying things to edit out is when there's so many reflections off of cars. I didn't really shoot any in this video, maybe just a couple, but sort of inadvertently. But the polarizer is good for that. And then if you need like an extra boost in richness of color, like some saturation, you can kind of see that in like the first photo I took in the sky. Really accentuates the blues. I have no idea where I had this thing sort of like, you know, on the scale. I kind of like kept it at one spot and just shot the whole time like that, so I'm not quite sure if I was like all the way maxed or not. But the color on this hood matches the camera perfectly, so if you have a silver camera, the finishes are very equal. I think the price point's pretty good. It's not like overly expensive but not super cheap, and it feels really good in the hand. Like, this is a well-built piece of accessory here. Definitely adds like a really cool look to the camera. It definitely gives it a little bit more length on the lens, so it kind of takes away from that compact nature of the Fuji X106. But you know, if you're gonna put any lens head on it, you're gonna sacrifice some sort of portability slash like making it compact. So not a big deal, but just, you got to know that. One thing I'm not a huge fan of is the cap, you know, the Freewell sort of marketing on it, their branding, and it's cool, you know, but it kind of misses the point with, you know, this camera, and that's like minimalism. And they did such a good job on the hood, like there's zero branding on it, and the cap, you know, it's, I don't know, it's not my taste. It's whatever. It's not like I'm gonna have the cap on, but when I do, it's just like Freewell. Nothing wrong with Freewell, but as a sort of minimalist myself, I want things to look clean. You know, it could have just been maybe like on the side, but again, everybody's gonna market and sort of brand their products differently, and that's just the way they chose. You don't have to use this cap, you can just put it aside. But yeah, this is the cap you get, and this is kind of like my only gripe with this whole setup. I'm gonna leave a link down to this below. Black Friday's coming, so Cyber Monday, so you might be able to get, you know, some good percentage off on this thing, if that's your taste. But I would look into it. You know, it's pretty sweet that there's CPL, especially if you do cars or like architecture where there's like reflections on windows and such. You would really like that. And then the mist filter, you know, having it all built in, is kind of an interesting choice, but I think just as sort of like a creative tool you can use to maybe go and create, you know, something unique, this could be one of those tools you use. Well, that's about all for this video, so I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If there's any sort of video you want to see, let me know down in the comments. You know, I can take some suggestions and go from there. Just want to make content you guys want to see. So hope you guys have a good day. Get out there and take some photos, and I will see you in the next video.